Hi survivors, it's me, Purpose, and reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. We're going to discuss some of this news for the day. Y'all know it's a lot of stuff going on around us because we're living in these nightmare days where we are dealing with wicked politicians, allegedly. But that's just what's going on. This lady in the Bronx was being held against a will in the Bronx, New York, and she was ordering some food on Grubhub, and then she used the app to tell them to put, you know how you put your stuff in the notes on those apps, to bring the police because of what she was going through. And with the food, I don't know if they just brought the food or they just brought the police, but the police came to rescue her. That was real smart. And I want to share this story, y'all, just in case, God forbid, anybody's in that type of situation. Use some of them apps. And on the notes, you know, like the Uber Eats and the Grubhubs and the DoorDashes and whatnot. And you can always leave notes and messages to the driver and give them instructions of what, you know, what you want them to do or what door to come to if you live in an apartment building. And so if you are in harm's way, you could always, that was a good idea what she did. She thought really fast and smart. And then we have the situation at the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas that occurred. A lot of people are coming down on the police officers in that area because they said it took them 74 minutes to take this man down because they were saying that they didn't have enough gunpowder, that he had a AR-15 and they only had like certain little pistols or whatnot. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I have to stop saying what I think, because I have to be careful, you know, with this agenda and whatnot, because they don't like you telling the truth and stuff. But anyway, so they're coming under a lot of fire for that. But I'm gonna tell y'all, as a parent, you send your children to these schools. I know that we are required to, or if not, you have to homeschool them. But you have to know these are the things that come with that. It's unfortunate, but y'all know I spit real. It's unfortunate. These people are not going to care and love for your child, and protect your child the way that you are. So y'all be careful sending your kids to these schools. And if you are sending your kids to these schools, I would encourage you to be a part of the PTA. You know, go to those board meetings, you know, and all those types of things. And you need to ask them, what kind of plan y'all have set in place to prevent this and to prevent that? Well, my daughter was homeschooled most all her life, but I did put her in school a couple of times to see what level she was on, but I pulled her right out of there too. I let her do like a semester because that school thing wasn't for us. She hated it because she was getting bullied at school, and those people didn't have the same views as I did. And then I don't like the food that they feed those kids, and I don't like how they wake those kids up early in the morning and break them out of sleep. You know, that stifles their height, their growth. And I didn't never do my kid like that. I let her sleep. When she woke up, it was time to study. You know, get a good breakfast with some real good healthy foods, not no processed food. But anyway, going back to the news for the day, and then Congress, they're depending on Congress to pass this gas tax to avoid us from having to pay a gas tax. I mean, every little bit do help, but they need to stop playing with people's lives, man. And so now the gas companies are going back and forth with this administration, telling this administration, because the administration want to blame the gas company. Everybody want to play the blame game instead of being responsible. So the administration is blaming the gas companies for the gas prices being increased the way they are. Then they was blaming that stuff going on overseas. So the gas companies have replied and said that you know, they need to stop shifting the blame on them. And then of course the media is saying that the reason why now these gas companies like Exxon, Chevron, whatnot, Mobil, have increased the prices significantly because during the pandemic, allegedly, they took severe losses. And that's another reason why a lot of these people are doing that. A lot of these people didn't take severe losses. A lot of these people became probably trillionaires, if not major billionaires. Especially these corporations, they shut down the middle classes in their business, telling everybody to stop working. And I don't know why y'all listen to them. I had friends who didn't listen to that. And they pretty well off right now because they kept going with their businesses, man, listening to these people. Especially, you some things you're supposed to have a spirit of discernment. You're supposed to know better. You gonna wait to let these people tell you to stop making money? Please. So, yeah, so y'all, that's the news so far for today. And I know it's going to be a lot of other different news, but I wanted to mainly talk about these things here. But like I told y'all, like 7 months ago, I said downsize. And I'm glad I did. I downsized 7 months ago. I'm so grateful I did. I went from paying almost, 13, it was somewhere else out here in Texas. $1,400 a month for all bills paid. And that was in a really good neighborhood. I downsized to a not all the way so good neighborhood, but it's not, it's not like on the level where I was in before. And so now my rent, where I'm paying is only like $8. And then I have to pay like the bills and stuff like that. But I'm glad I did that because, people trying to figure out what to do now. They're saying people are giving up their animals, and that's unfortunate because our animals, they're like our family members. But I understand, people have to cut costs these days and times because the price of living is steadily rising. I was on the phone with my bank yesterday disputing stuff. All these people, you have to be careful with how you're spending your money. The bank was explaining to me that once you give the people your credit card information or your bank card information, they store it. And so even if you're doing something, you're buying a service from them, you thinking you're buying it one time, they put you automatic on a subscription. So I was talking to a company that I do casting with. I get castings from in New York City when I'm out there, doing like my acting and modeling, dancing and all that stuff, whatever. And I only use them when I need to when I was in the city. But I haven't used them since the mandates. I haven't been bothered with it. I've been working a regular job or whatever. But anyway, so I go on there to get casting calls. When I need it, they put me on a subscription and save my card. And I didn't notice it. Every month they was taking my money out the bank. I was like, oh my God, I need to stop this. So y'all be careful, man. I cut costs, things you really don't need. Do away with it and do away with it now. All that excessive eating. I know people who got a lot of money, they don't eat a lot. They truly don't. I have an aunt that she has a lot of money, and she does not believe in all that eating. She might eat one meal a day, and that be about it. She doesn't spend a whole bunch of money on food and whatnot, and then it makes you healthier. So I just like to encourage y'all, man, we trying to find solutions to these problems dealing with our money and our finances. And then you'll be surprised how much money, when you get in these places to stay and you paying at the deposit along with the first month's rent, and then you having to put the utilities and all that on, all those things. I'm telling y'all, you get land with that money, because I didn't know that the money, man, I was giving away so much money to these landlords and to these people, and these places to stay don't even be up to par. They be having problems, and then you have problems with the neighbors and all that. And I was like, man, the money I was giving away to them, I could have been buying land, and I could have been building on that land. I didn't realize that until later on, y'all. So I'm trying to tell y'all, put y'all up on game, so you can start looking into these things, because I'm telling y'all, the prices, everything will continue to rise. Then I want to tell people also, you can move in with a family member. If you have a family member, you guys get along well and you can help one another. I'm saying help one another. Don't try to move in with somebody and be a lazy bug and just lay around and don't work and don't want to do nothing, eat up all these people's food, and don't want to cook and clean and don't want to contribute like a lot of people do. So, try to see if you can move in with family members, y'all, because I'm telling everybody, so these kids, they moving back with their family. They said, forget all that trying to look good and trying to ball, and do away with those car notes if you can. Try to get these cash cards while they still kind of really little bit reasonable, because everything is going up. I would do away with a lot of these different bills if I was, you. I know I have. I'm not really worried about no gas prices right now, because I don't drive around like that, especially when I'm in the city. I use the public transportation. Even out here, I'll use public transportation sometimes. I'm not trying to be driving around like that, using up all that gas, so I get on the bike. If you're in New York or if you're in other places, try to see if you can go to a shelter if you're not doing so well right now. Or even if you have a little regular job and you don't want to keep on spending up your money, if you're a single person, you can go to a shelter. You know, I lived in shelters before when I was a single mother. I'm not ashamed to say about what I went through. And those shelters will help you. Some of those shelters have programs where they'll put you in apartments, get you on housing if you really need some help right now. And yeah, so yeah, y'all. So yeah, I mean, I thank y'all for encouraging me yesterday. That was so nice of y'all and kind because I was kind of going through some. I don't know if the person said that in the comment section because of I'm talking about survivalism or if they probably saw something I was going through and said, well, you probably need some mental help. But I don't ignore that type of stuff. But if I didn't feel like I put it myself, I didn't need to seek out some therapy. I would have thought that probably because something I'm going through with a family member right now that I love really, and we kind of disputing against about some things. They like to argue with me. I don't like to argue. Everybody who knows me know I don't like to argue. So when somebody come to me arguing and stuff like that, kind of throw me off. I hate arguing. I feel like as human beings, we should be able to talk to one. And then the stuff they trying to come at me about is just stupidity. It's dumb stuff. I was trying to help them with their health. They were saying they eat certain things that affect their body. And I was like, well, don't eat that crap. And then I saw them eating that mess because they were saying that it could hurt them and hospitalize them eating junk food. And I came around them, I saw them eating junk food, and I love this person. I was like, man, don't eat that. I was trying to take the stuff from them. They got mad at me. Then they wanted to argue with me. And I didn't get it. I'm like, this is weird. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was going through something with that. But, I thank y'all for y'all words of encouragement. I'm going to keep going. You know what I'm saying? I'm still talking to my therapist. Matter of fact, I have to see her today. But, y'all see me cut up and act up. Y'all already know what it is. I'm going to keep being myself. I just don't want to offend nobody. Y'all can always let me know if I offend you, if I say something. Because sometimes people don't do that. They'll just unsubscribe or they just go away. But, y'all, that's not cool. Like, you have to help people. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, but it's good. Like with me, I'm not that type of person. I'm always trying to better myself. If I offend somebody, if I'm saying something, you could step to me in a brotherly, sisterly fashion, and let me know and let me analyze my thoughts and analyze, my way of communication and what I'm doing. It's probably something I need to seek within myself, but don't just judge me. Even though people do that anyway, I don't care. But I thank y'all for being so sweet to me, and I really appreciate that because I was going through something yesterday. And you guys, if you are looking for solar panels, I tell you guys all the time, I work with a company who would give you a free solar consultation. They'll come to where you live if you live in certain states. And you also get a free $50 Amazon gift card. A lot of people in a lot of these big houses, the ones who not selling them the houses, they're trying to get solar panels because their energy bill is like $800, $900, $700, and even regular people trying to just get solar panels to save on that electric bill, So it's just a wise thing. Y'all can email me at prepperzan@gmail.com and also go to my website and sign up. Links will be in the description. Please follow me on Patreon for weekly survivalism classes. Y'all, for the next month or two, I'm putting out ways to get grants. And y'all really, these are grants I've received in the last 2 years. Most of these grants. This is not information I'm just looking up, researching, just telling y'all about. These are people